So, how many of you out there would be more interested in a company if they sent you a personalized video? I would, right? Well, not surprisingly, 86% of people agree that it would be more interesting. So why is it that companies continue to send us generic, uninteresting, and non-engaging videos? Well, the reason is sending an engaging and personalized video is a complete shift from current thinking. And that shift is sort of hard. Right? So today I'm going to talk to you about personalized videos, the hows and whys. So the two main goals of personalized videos: providing value and building trust. So first thing we're going to talk about is value. Providing value to a customer or a viewer through a video is very important. And the best way to do that is by using what we call obvious elements. Obvious elements are ones that you are extremely aware of. They're ones you look at that video and you're like, that was personalized for me, right? Most commonly, or in some cases, you might try to use somebody's company logo, their name, for context, right? You might also use a lot of data, say, hey, this is the last trip you took. Here's some graph of information. But in the end, regardless of the actual data that we talked about earlier that you're being presented, it's about providing value to the viewer. And at the end, they feel like they had value from watching it. So on the other hand, we're going to talk about building trust. So building trust with a video is about providing something that is giving some compassion, some engagement, right? You want to engage with your viewers. We do this through subtle elements. Now, subtle elements, you don't know they're personalized for you. Unless, of course, you compare your video with that of somebody else's, then you might know. The idea behind these is that they're not really sure. Now, these kinds of things could be changes to the background, colors, fonts, even audio. Ultimately, the goals of these subtle elements is to engage you as a viewer on a subconscious level and provide comfort and ultimately trust. So now we have engagement through subtle elements and value through obvious elements. So how do we put those together? How many of you are wearing a fitness tracker? I am. Maybe nobody else. Imagine that every week that fitness tracker sent you a video. In the foreground of that video, a graph of your activity for the week. In the background, somebody doing some exercises. For some of you out there, you might enjoy running outside. That would be the video on the top left. For some of you other ones, it might be outdoor activities. That might be the video on the bottom right. So in both of these videos, we're providing specific value for you through that graph, but also engaging you on a sort of subconscious level by providing that background video that you understand and engage with. Right? And so that's the two goals. And it's a simple example, but it shows you where we can go with this. Now that we have an understanding of engagement, value, and trust with obvious and subtle elements, let's talk about specific audiences. Right? I want to create this video for a specific audience. Let's talk about a customer that you have a lot of trust with, that they know you, longtime customer. What do you want to give to them? You want to give to them value, right? You want to increase their value from that video, and a lot of value. So increase the number of obvious elements. That obvious elements are going to be data-driven, something you know about them that they're going to want to watch and get something out of. You still want the subtle elements to bring them along in that journey and continue that trust, but the key is on the obvious. On the other hand, you might have a customer, new, not a lot of trust in you, so you want to show them a video that you can build that trust. And how do we do it? We flip the scales. More subtle elements. Things that are going to be engaging to them, want to make them finish watching that video. But we still have to provide a little bit of that obvious element so that they get real good value out of it, right? We want to make sure that at the end of it, engaged and value. So, in the end, personalized videos is all about using subtle and obvious elements to create value and provide trust in a balanced way. And this is really important. And it is a big shift from where we are right now, where everything's generic and you don't know, you get no value out of the videos you watched. But in the times that we live in, it's a rising tide of content that's being sent to us, and I firmly believe that a well-crafted, personalized video can rise above that tide and really talk to the individual in an important and engaging way. Thank you.